It's super cold and dry here right now, so today I'm showing you how I combat staticky frizz and keep my curls looking defined during the winter months. Today's video is a bit different. I thought it'd be fun to start off with a steamy shower scene. Unfortunately, it's wintertime here, so the water isn't very steamy. You're probably wondering what this little bit of hair is at the front of my head. That would be my bangs, and the reason why I'm keeping them separate is because I'm going to be doing slightly different things to my bangs than to the rest of my head. Today my hair was extra dry and tangled because it had been a while since my last wash routine, so I'm going to be using extra virgin coconut oil to detangle and to give my hair a little bit of moisture. I took about a tablespoon in my hands, rubbed it together to melt it, and applied it to my hair evenly. Make sure that you apply it only to the back of your head if you have acne-prone skin. See the bangs? No. You do not want to put coconut oil in your bangs if you have acne-prone skin. I find if I do this, I get crazy breakouts. The coconut oil helps to detangle some of those tougher, knottier pieces, and it really gives a nice shine when the whole look is complete. And it's fun to treat your hair to something different once in a while. Now I'm just going to rinse out the coconut oil with some warm water. It's not going to remove all the coconut oil, of course, but just some of it. And the door was blocking our view. Thank you very much. Oh, it's creeping back. I'll be using about 1 pump of DevaCurl No Poo because it's perfect for this moisturizing hair routine. It helps to remove some of the coconut oil so your hair isn't greasy, but not all of it, so you still maintain some of the moisturizing benefits, as it's only a mild cleanser and doesn't strip your hair of moisture completely. It's something I use year-round, but appreciate it even more during the cold winter months. I massage it into the shaft of my hair to remove some of the coconut oil and into my roots to cleanse my scalp. And I make sure to rinse it out thoroughly with warm water to make sure there's no residue left behind before I condition. I condition using 2 pumps of DevaCurl One Condition. You could skip this step because the coconut oil is so hydrating, but I'm going for maximum moisture. So I did it anyway. My hair would probably thank me if it could. I run my fingers through my hair to evenly distribute the product and to get any remaining tangles I missed. I'm leaving the conditioner in while I wash and condition my bangs to give it a chance to soak in and work its magic. My bangs are using the same DevaCurl No Poo and One Condition steps. They're not as oily, of course, because I didn't put any coconut oil in, and it's a smaller area, so I used a lot less No Poo. After that, I rinse out both with icy cold water to lock in the moisture. This isn't fun, but like I said, maximum moisture. And I make sure to leave my hair soaking wet for when I apply my styling products. No towel drying over here. I'm fresh out of the shower, and for this curly hair routine I will be using cold water, and I'll explain why, as well as comb, styling cream, and I still have a sample of the Light Defining Gel. I want to get my hands in an actual bottle, but I actually don't use very much of this, so I still have some left over. So as soon as I finish this, I will get an actual bottle. Alright, so the reason why I have this little container of water is that I find that the DevaCurl products go on better when my hair is soaking wet. So as I go through and finger curl my hair, I'll also re-soak some of the pieces because it's not as wet as it could be. And I find that the water really helps to glue the curls back together and kind of make the products work better and like reactivate them. So that's why I have cold water. So I've never actually tried using these together before. This is a first, so I'm very curious to see what this is going to do. We'll just see how it works. You know how curls are. You change one little thing and it changes everything. So that's how much I'm going to use. And yes, I still have my bangs separate from the rest of my head because I really don't like when my bangs get mixed in with the shorter layers I have on top, because it can get kind of confusing because those are quite short. So I'm gonna do my bangs last. I'm just running it through, getting the back. I always forget the back, especially when I'm filming. I'll rewatch some of my curly hair routines and I think, why didn't I do the back? I forget about it sometimes. It's kind of nice watching yourself do things on camera and you realize where you can improve. It's kind of fun. And I'm just going to put some of the Light Defining Gel. I'm just going to use a little bit. Like I said, I don't use very much of this because I don't like it to be too heavy. But oh, yeah, you can. So much I'm going to use.
put it everywhere. And a finger coil. So as I go through, I'm gonna take some of the cold water from my cup, just stick my finger in like that, and run it through. This is very almost identical to what I do to refresh my curls. And I find that it makes for so much more definition when you re-wet the hair after you put in the product. So the reason why I choose to do cold water as opposed to hot water is that I find that hot water can make your hair a little bit frizzier, and cold water just seems to seal in the product really well and close the cuticle. Now this is something that I would do when I have lots of time or want my hair to look extra perfect for whatever reason. You know what I just realized? I just realized that what I usually do, I usually take my comb and comb through each individual piece, which I have not been doing. So I'm actually going to start over because I know it seems like a silly thing, but the comb actually makes a huge difference. So what the comb is doing is just redistributing the product through the strand of hair. Makes a big difference. And when I realized that I wasn't using the comb, I thought, like, I could keep going, but why do it if we aren't going to do it well, right? Like, what's the point? So just combing through, and I'm just gonna re-wet just because, why not? And retwist. Yeah, I already noticed huge difference with using the comb as opposed to just wetting it and going. Really, really helps to distribute that product and make it nice and smooth, and it's gonna be like extra frizz-free, which is awesome. I'm gonna show you the rest of my head, doing my entire head on double speed. I always say double speed. I'm gonna show you me doing the rest of my head speed it up. Speed it up sounds weird. Speed it up. I'm going to show you me finishing finger coiling my hair fast forwarded. That also sounds super weird to me.
In high school, I used to dye and straighten my hair all the time because I felt like I was being judged. No one had hair like mine, and I didn't know how to take care of it. I might do a video on how I dealt with my damaged hair later. Let me know in the comments if that's something you'd want to see. But when I first started learning about my curls and how to properly take care of them, I was so lost. My mom has a completely different curl pattern than I do, so she used to comb out my curls and try to keep them straight. I still cringe thinking about the dreaded brush that she used to use. It was so painful. I used to cry and try to get out of combing my hair so badly. I would have rather had a big tangled knotted mess because I really didn't care anyway. But fast forward to adulthood, I was fed up with my straw-like hair and split ends, so out of frustration, I promised myself that I would embrace my natural hair. 8 years later, when I was learning how to do my curly hair routine properly, since I needed to repair my damaged hair, I started finger coiling, and I'm still doing this now. I started doing this because I thought it's kind of similar to what a curling iron does, except without the heat. So I was hoping I could retrain my hair to curl again. I was surprised at how well it worked, and I've been doing it ever since. One of the drawbacks is how time consuming it is compared to just detangling and scrunching while diffusing, but I still haven't found anything that makes my curls look as defined. What do you guys do to keep your curls defined that's not time consuming? Do you finger coil, or do you have any other suggestions? Because if you do, I will give you a huge air hug through the interwebs, into your computer, into your chest. Let me know in the comments what you do, because I really want to know. And with that, let's end this fast forward.
I've finished finger coiling my entire head. Looks pretty shiny and defined already. I'm really excited to see what it looks like as it dries. So I guess I didn't do my whole head. I almost forgot. We still have to do my bangs. So what I'm going to do for these are I'm just going to put the smallest amount of product possible, like almost nothing. So just like really, really, really small. That might even be too much. And just the slightest amount of light defining gel. I don't know if you could see that, but almost nothing. It's actually still pretty wet from the shower, but just in case, I might add in like a little bit more water just to be thorough. Now again, the reason why I separate my bangs is because I have short layers on top. And sometimes the short layers get mixed in with my bangs and it's not fun trying to separate them all. So I finally figured out what's what, and I haven't let them get mixed up since. Now the pieces that I finger coil in the front are a little bit smaller than my whole head, but even then I'm probably gonna have to separate these when they dry because they're a little bit too chunky. All right, and the bangs are finished. Voila! So I'm just gonna give you a close-up look of what it looks like now that it's wet. And show you all the way around. Really great definition. I love using a comb when my hair is wet and re-wetting it as I twist each curl. It makes such a big difference. It can seem a little time consuming, but it's absolutely worth it. And now I'm just going to let it air dry for maybe an hour to 2 hours depending on how I feel before I diffuse. Because I find if I diffuse when my hair is soaking wet, I find it gets really frizzy. But this may not be true for everyone. You have to kind of try and experiment to see what works best for your hair. Some people can diffuse on soaking wet hair like this. I personally cannot. It just turns into a big frizzy mess. So I'm going to let it dry a little bit naturally first, and then I'm going to go through with the diffuser just to get it 100% dry so we can see the finished look today and we don't have to wait for 6 hours for it to dry completely. My hair is about I'd say 70% dry. It's been maybe an hour and a half. And usually at this point I would diffuse with my hand diffuser, but I can't find it. I've looked high, I've looked low, I've looked everywhere, I can't find it. So I'm going to break a curly hair rule of mine today. I'm going to try and dry my hair without my hand diffuser. I'm going to do it on cool like I usually would and low like I usually would, and we'll see what happens. I mean, why not? You'll never know unless you try. This could be an absolute disaster, or maybe it'll be fine and I won't have to worry about finding my hand diffuser. I'm just going to take my hair pick and fluff it out. So flip my head over and I'll lift up the roots. And I'm just fluffing here. I'm not going to touch my bangs. I've done that before and it just looks kind of weird. So I'm just gonna let them be flat.
By the way, I mentioned before that my mom has totally different hair than I do. I think I'm going to be doing my curly hair routine on her in a video soon, so that should be super fun. Keep a lookout for that because she uses drugstore hair products and it'll be her first time using DevaCurl, so I'm really interested to see how it turns out.
So this is the finished dried look, and I love DevaCurl's Light Defining Gel so much. It does such a great job of making my hair bigger and like giving it lots of definition and being super shiny. This is my first time, like I said, using the styling cream and the Light Defining Gel together, and I definitely use it again. I don't have words. You let me know what you think in the comments below. It just looks really, really good. This is probably the best wash and go that I've ever done. I like it a lot. I'll give you guys a close-up of it. Super happy with it. I feel like it really is worth the extra effort to go through and finger coil and comb through the product. Like, it's the little details that really make your curls look extra defined and shiny and reduce the frizz. This is really fun. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to join the family. Love you guys so much. I'll see you next time. Bye.